This next theorem, the upper and lower bound theorem, basically helps you to limit what numbers you need to check when you're doing synthetic division. Let's just go straight to the problem. Part A asks us to determine if 6 is an upper bound for the theorem, and Part B wants us to check whether -3 is a lower bound for the theorem, or for the function. So here we go. Let's start Part A, and I'm going to do synthetic division by substituting 6 in. And our polynomial is going to have a 3, -16, 5, 90, -138, and 36. And we'll do the same process you're probably getting sick of. Bring down the 3. 6 times that 3 is 18. Subtract that 16 at the top to get 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Put the 12 down, add it to the 5 up at the top, get 17. 6 times 17 is 102, plus that 90 is 192. 6 times the 192 is 1,152. Subtract the 138 to get 1,014. Multiply by 6 to get 6,084, and add down 6,120. Okay, now what are we going to look at to determine whether 6 is an upper bound? Notice how all of the terms below, all the coefficients, are non-negative. So since all are non-negative, meaning we're allowed to have some zeros, we're just not allowed to have negatives, that means yes, 6 is an upper bound. Now for the lower bound, for -3, we try the same thing. Substitute -3 in. Here's our polynomial all over again, rewritten here. And bring down the first number, 3. Slide that up there. Here we go. -3 times 3 is -9. Add down to get -25. -3 times -25 is 75. Add it to the 5 up top to get 80. -3 times 80 is -240. Add it to the 90 up above to get -150. Multiply to get 450 in the next column there. Add down to get 312. Multiply to get -936. Add down to get -900. When you are testing whether something is a lower bound, you are checking to see whether you alternate back and forth between signs. And since all of these alternate signs, the answer is yes, -3 is a lower bound. And what this means for this problem is, if we are going through to try and factor this problem, we only need to try values between -3 and 6. Let me show you that there, -3 and 6. Numbers like 8 will not be a 0. Anything between -3 and 2 only is a potential 0. And when you line that up with the rational zero theorem, that gives you some power, being able to cut down on some choices.